Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about one stock that I think could take off. I think that there's a very good chance that this stock is going to make you a lot of money if you invest in it right now. So without further ado, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to smash the like button. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Also subscribe to the channel. We just hit 351 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Let's get right into it. So see the portfolio, it's the weekend today. It's actually 12:21 a.m. on a Saturday. Now it's a Sunday. So yeah, I mean, the market's not open, but it's going to be open tomorrow. So I'd say buy the stock tomorrow. And the stock we were talking about is Celsius Holdings. This is ticker symbol CELH. This is an energy drink brand. I'm not sure if you've heard of Celsius. They are an energy drink. They just recently acquired another company by the name of Alani Nu, which is also an energy drink company. So now they are two pretty big energy drink brands that actually teamed up together. And if you look at this stock in the past month, the past 3 months, and then year to date, they've done all right. They've done pretty good for themselves. So they're up over 100% year to date. I've invested in this company pretty early, not a whole lot of money, but a decent amount. I'm almost up $1,000 on this company. I can't complain. About almost 7% of the portfolio. That's a good spot. That's where I want it to be. And yeah, so Celsius, I think, is a great investment at this price because their market cap isn't that big. Price to earnings are very high right now, but that's a little inflated. It's going to even out next earnings report. But we see Celsius actually beat earnings by a lot. They crushed earnings, and that's why their price is up so much from right here. The stock was up 60%. Now it's up 114%. So that earnings helped out a lot, to say the least. And I want to dive into that earnings and talk to you guys. Is Celsius stock worth it right now? Is it too expensive? Should you buy Celsius stock right now? Should you wait for it to drop a little bit? What's the future looking like? And I mean, if we look right here, even look at the past year, they're only up 39% in the past year. The past 5 years, Celsius is up, but you see right here, their all-time high. This was almost a $100 company. And this was just in May of last year. So this company has been a lot more expensive before. And I think that, Celsius didn't reach their all-time high in May of 2024. So I think pretty safe investment. You're probably going to, make your money eventually, no matter what happens. But let's get into the earnings presentation right here. Investor presentation. I think that these are always very great to look at if you are going to buy into a company. They have a lot of great information. So they're a category growth leader. This is something that I thought was really interesting, is they contributed 24.5% of all energy drinks in category growth, which is insane. That's 1 out of every 4 energy drinks bought is a Celsius. That's insane considering how many brands there are. The revenue was, about $1 billion. They had a gross margin of 51.8%, very good margins. Net income of $144 million, adjusted EBITDA $280, and then adjusted EBITDA margin is 26%. Another great thing that I saw is they're actually number 9 in the liquid refreshment beverages brand in the U.S. So that's pretty big. They're pretty high up there. There's a lot of drink brands out there, but being number 9, you're competing with Coke, Pepsi, a lot of those big brands, Lipton, Welch's Juices. I mean, you're with all of them up there, and you're number 9. I mean, that's pretty insane. Celsius is definitely gaining a good amount of market share. And then we see their products. They're very concise. This is, list of products that there's not many. There's not a lot of products, but there are more flavors of Celsius in this, but these are just different types of Celsius. But we see that they only have, these are just different kinds. They have these kinds that are, I'm not sure. I think they're just different editions. So they just have regular Celsius, they have a bigger Celsius, and then they have the sticks that are powder that you can put into your drink. And then for Alani Nu, they just have the energy drinks, protein bar, pre-workout, and then the powder for your drink. So very simple brand, very, not much going on, but that's how I like it, simple, easy to follow. We see their investment thesis. They have a leading portfolio of premium lifestyle energy and hydration beverages. We know this, sugar-free energy solutions. They are attractively positioned to capture opportunity in the large growing functional beverage category. This is very true. All of these are, really good. I think that especially their strong financial profile with the well-capitalized balance sheet, that's definitely true, as we've seen, earnings after earnings. Growth strategy. So yeah, more people attracting new customers to the category. I've seen it happen firsthand. I go to college where energy drinks are a big thing, but you see in the, on-campus stores and just in Costco and everywhere, just around in a college town, there's Red Bulls, there's Monsters, there's Rockstars, and there's Celsius. the one that's most gone all the time is Celsius. Celsius has a grip on, the younger generation and them buying energy drinks. It's just, it's what's going on. It's the market right now. They're expanding product availability. That's very good too. And then increasing consumption frequency. So that's pretty good as well. I mean, obviously. Their key messages, we see that, look at so their quarter two revenue is up 84% year over year. This is driven by Alani Nu's 301.2 million revenue contribution. That doesn't hurt. Gross profit of 381 million, up 82% year over year. And I mean, Celsius is definitely looking very good, especially following the Alani Nu acquisition. They bought another brand for, I think it was around $2 billion. We see their financial highlights, their revenue. So, I mean, just compare this to quarter two last year. Everything is almost doubled. And then we see their gross margins are still the same while doubling their revenue. You can't complain about that. And then you see their income's higher. Everything's just a little bit higher. There's a big change. You see these percentage changes. And then look at, I mean, they also have their first half of 2025, their first half of 2024. Look at that change, a little bit less than quarter twos, but I mean, still just insane. And then it's growing the energy drink category. We see retail sales across tracked channels. So this is pretty linear up. I mean, you see there's a little stagnant right here, but big jump after the last quarter. I think that's probably following the acquisition of Alani Nu. That probably, helps out a little bit. But also their contribution to the category growth by year, they're at 27% right now. So this was in the earlier stages right here. But this is almost representative of the graph right here that we see. It's very similar. So Celsius's growth rates did fall during this time, but if you zoom out, let's see all time. So this has been a stock for actually surprisingly long, since 2009. It looks like they've been public. That's surprising. I didn't know that. But we see that their stock actually started to pick up some traction in 2020. But the thing about Celsius is that you have to realize they were on a tear. Their growth rates slowed and then they rose again. Another company that's growth rates slowed down and then picked back up again is yours truly, Palantir, a great company to compare this to. I mean, you can't even see it in the graph now, but their growth rates are looking good. They hit $35. They dropped all the way down to $8, $7, $6, and then their growth rates picked back up. And now it's a $177 stock, and that's, following a teeny dip recently. They were worth $186 with a 52-week high of 190. So anything can really happen. This is proof, and Celsius is a great example of that. If let's keep going on the earnings report, I just wanted to show you guys that Palantir has a very similar story as Celsius. So Celsius retail sales, this is very interesting to see as well, because you see they're in the top 5. Both of their brands are 3 and 4. So you see the quarter 2 2025 share. Monster is ahead of them by a pretty wide margin, honestly. But Monster is ahead of them. Red Bull is ahead of them, both by pretty wide margins. But I think Celsius is getting there. I see, no problem with Celsius getting to where both of them are at. I think that, especially with Alani Nu, that's capturing a huge market space. I mean, this kind of came out of nowhere, 6.3. Compare that to C4, that's a good amount more. Ghost, Rockstar, Rain, NOS, Nas. I haven't heard of that one, but Bang. I mean, they're capturing a great, share of the market. They have a lot of it. And you see international sales are growing. This is also great to see. We have revenue in the millions over the last 5 quarters. Looks pretty linear up. Can't complain when international sales grow. And then we also see gross profit. This is 51%, but I mean, with the revenue as much higher as it is and your gross profit is still 51%, that's insane. That's really, really nice to see. And then we have some financials, and that's pretty much it for the earnings slideshow. So Celsius, is it a buy? I'd say yes. This is not financial advice, but I do think that Celsius at this price is still a buy. I think that there's a lot of room for this stock to grow. I'd buy shares of this company, but I also don't hate buying leap options. I think that that's, plausible. I think that you could make some good money, buying these far out leap options. They're kind of expensive, don't get me wrong. But I think, one of these with maybe like a 70 delta, if we get it in the money one, this one right here, break even $74, stock's $57. You have, over 2 years to get there. I think it's going to happen. So not a lot of people buying them. I mean, it makes sense, but this is an expensive option. But I think, just buy shares of this company. You can't really go wrong. You're going to make money eventually. It might take longer than you want it to. But I think if you do buy shares of this company, you're going to make money pretty pretty easily, pretty quickly. And yeah, I mean, I really do believe in this company over the future. You know, always do your own research, but I do think that there's very good things for this stock. So if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to actually smash the like button and then subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys for the support. 400 subscribers next. We're closer to that than 300. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. It means the world to me. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.